Hey everyone, welcome to Donna's Sewing Circle. Come on in. Glad you found me today on this worldwide internet. You must be a beginner quilter because that's what I teach. So if you found me, I would assume that you are beginning quilting. And welcome to lesson 12 out of a 15 series. Um, Today we're going to talk about bindings around your quilt. There are two that I have practiced. There are various others, but I will show you the two. One of them is the one I started with 20 years ago. Absolutely hated it. So I created my own. Now, other people do this now, and I don't know if it's because of me or if it's something that was already out there and I stumbled across it on my own in my own time. So I also have a book. The link is in my description and in the comments. It's called Donna's Wonderful World of Quilting, Beginners, for Beginners. It is, and it covers the entire 15 series that I'm going over. And it's in written format with a lot of beautiful images in it. So if you would rather have the book to follow along with, that's great. It's a great companion book. And then when you're done with the 15 video series, you'll have the book to refer back to, and you can have notes. It's got spaces for notes. So you can make notes so you can remember specific instructions that you're afraid you're going to forget. So now let me get into the binding, the two that I've tried personally myself. First, I'm going to show you what I started with many years ago, and I absolutely hate it. It was very hard for me as a beginner. It's probably something that you learn and get better at as you go. But you take a piece of cloth, it's what, 3 inches? Yeah, about 3 inches. And you fold it like this. You can see the fold in it. And then you have to put it over the edge of your quilt, like this. See how I've done it here? And if you've folded this correctly and laid it on here properly, your front and your back will match. And when you sew, you'll sew the front and the back. But as a beginner, I could not get these to match. So what I was having to do was sew the front, then I have to flip it over and sew the back because I kept missing the back. And that as a beginner, it's very difficult to line these two pieces together. You can also get bias tape. This is what bias tape looks like. You can buy that at either Walmart, Amazon, quilting stores. They do sell bias tape. You can use that. Some people do. Most people use a piece of fabric that they have on their quilt to use as their binding. But that's this version, which I absolutely do not like and is very difficult for a beginner. So let me show you what I devised that works wonderfully. So what I do, just pretend this is my quilt and this is my backing. Usually my backing will extend several inches, and I will take my measuring and I will cut it off. Anything that extends beyond 2 inches, I'll cut off. This has to be 2 inches. And what I do is I'll fold this to the edge of my fabric, like that. Finger press it, make it lay still, and then I fold it over the top of the quilt. And I'll pin it in place, and then I'll do a zigzag stitch over it. And it is absolutely gorgeous. But when we make Jacob's quilt, I'll show you. And your backing will be the same. That'll line up along the edge of your fabric. And it'll be absolutely gorgeous. You'll absolutely love it. So that's about binding. This is a very short video. Okay, that was on binding. It's a very short video because, like I said, there's only 2 ways that I know. I know there's probably other ways, but those are the 2 I teach. So those are what we will concentrate on. So I will see you in the next step in the series, which is day number 13. And we'll discuss the backing and what you can use for the backings of your quilts. So I'll see you in a few minutes. God bless.